So when I was living in Mexico, do you watch that show Arrow by any chance? No. Okay, good. Anyway, I went to Playa del Carmen to attend my friend's wedding, and she is the sister of the guy who plays Arrow. I met him, boys. He's stuck on himself. But anyway, while we were there, we went over to that island called Cozumel.
Yes.
And I rented a Jeep, and we drove around the island, and it was gorgeous. And we found this great bar where hammocks were hanging, you know, like there was no floor, it was just sand. It was right on the beach, and there were hammocks hanging, and I was able to, with my friends, just walk in, and we just had a hit of mid-afternoon drowsiness, and we just walked in and sat down and laid down on one hammock each and just went to sleep. And the guys didn't even bother us. They let us sleep for like an hour, and when we woke up, we had drinks. And it was just the most relaxing place I think I've ever been to, and I have to go back. And then a few days later, I went to a different island called Dia de los Muertos. No, not Dia. Isla Mujeres, which means Island of the Women. And from there, you can take a boat and you go out and you go snorkeling with the whale sharks.
Oh my gosh.
And that was amazing. I mean, you feel so minuscule compared to them. They're just huge. And they're real flat, like in the pictures. They've got all the spots so that they blend in with the dappling of the water coming through the sunlight coming through the water. And it was just, I mean, because they're filter feeders, so they're just swimming around with their mouths open, you know, and you don't have to dive because they're at the surface.
Oh
and it's not like there's one or two, there were like 60, and they're huge, and you're not supposed to touch them, but I went ahead and like touched one a little bit on the fin, on the dorsal fin as he swam by, and it was the finest sandpaper. No. Alright, I'm going to try giving you the leash, but at the end, I'm going to see what she does.
Okay.
Just, and so, anyway, there was one point where one was coming at me, and there was nowhere I could go. And the thing is, they don't aim for you. You're like flies on a cow's behind. They don't really care much about you. But he was coming at me nonetheless.
Are there eyes in front or like on the side?
On the side. And so, I had nowhere to go but kind of push up off of his nose here, kind of push up, and I kind of went over him. And that was exciting. My friend Kim actually ended up where two went. They sort of all, she and these two sharks ended up in the same place at the same time. And I just remember thinking, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do for you. And yeah, they all just somehow managed to go past each other, and she was fine. But it was a really close call. It was really exciting. So,
she's barking out there, not a Jill.
Come on, keep the conversation moving.
So, nope. And then when Mom came to visit, she brought Kobe and Jake down for me, and that was her first time in Mexico City. And I was still brand new. I mean, I had been there for about 6 weeks. But we went to the closest set of pyramids there is Teotihuacan, and it's about an hour's drive north of Mexico City. And so, had Carol already gone by then, or did she just not climb the pyramid?
She didn't climb
She took the...
She didn't go up the pyramid, she waited for us.
Okay. But anyway, we did go and climb to the top of the Sun Pyramid. That was cool. We got a great picture of the two of us on top of that. And then, once Carol left, Mom stayed with me because they were staying in a hotel. And I really wanted to go to the church. It's named after Guadalupe, like the Virgin Mary, but it's you know, like Catholics take pilgrimages there. It's a really big thing in Mexico City. And so I was so proud because Mom like went with me on the subway and on a bus. No, on a bus, and you know, it was really cool. Now, the main one, the old one, was under construction, and there was so much scaffolding in the church that we couldn't really see anything. But we walked around, and we walked into the newer one where they were having a service. And the cool thing was that the school I had left in California, there was a second grade teacher who was pretty devout Catholic. And she said, if you ever get to go to that church, would you light a candle for me, for my son? Because he had been diagnosed with autism. And so I went, and I'm Christian, not Catholic, but anyway, I lit a candle for her, and I said a prayer for... No. Yeah, your heart's not really in it, is it? I said a prayer for her and her son and her family and everything, and I got a postcard while I was there. And I wrote to her, and I said, you know, I told her what I did, and, you know, God bless, and I miss you, blah, 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 blah. So as it turned out, the day that she got it at school was the day that she was having an IEP meeting, like, IEP, you know what IEP is? Okay, for her son, and she was really nervous about it, and it came that morning. And she just, like, saw it, and no. She saw it as like a sign, you know, and I guess the meeting went really well, so that was cool. But, you know, Mom left before I really had a chance to find the good places in Mexico.
Oh, sure, yeah, being brand new, yeah.
So, you know, we did some of the touristy things together that I might have done otherwise, being new to the city myself, like Teotihuacan. But it was really cool when... And Xochimilco, oh yeah, it's like canals, kind of like in Venice, but it's the Mexican version.
Oh my gosh.
But a year and a half, oh gosh, like 3.5 years later, when I was just getting ready to leave, 4.5 years later, when I was getting ready to leave, Mom and Bill came in. By then, I owned that city, you know? And it was just really great to be able to share it with them, show them the park where I had walked my dog every day, and have them meet some of my friends. And we went back to Xochimilco, and a bunch of friends came along. It was super fun.
Take over here.
It was just really great. And when I went to India, she was already looking at flights, and I said, no bother.
Keep both of them in the frame.
So,
Not lucky.
No.
Anyway, you can stop.
It's all right. I want to see when you leave.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she's got one foot sort of on my foot, and it's trembling a little bit. Lucky is pretty relaxed here at my feet. And you've seen that she hasn't completely quieted down or relaxed. She hasn't lunged at my friend here, but...
a lot more calmer than last night.
She is more calm than she was last night. Last night she was quite aggressive, although we didn't try your leash thing last night. I did have her next to me over here on the bed, and she stayed barking a lot. She wouldn't calm down even when I tried to sort of put her out of the way and in a corner. So tonight I thought we might have more success with your recommendation, so we're filming it, but you can tell me if you think this is a success or not.
So are you going to try and get her any closer to Jill?
No. I'm not going to try and get her any closer to Jill, because I think right now we're all feeling a little bit tense, and she's definitely feeling that, so I don't want to push it. But we will walk by her, and we'll see how she does there, okay? Thanks, Jill. All right. Come on. Come on. Okay, so she kind of diverted around as much as she could around the chair. All right. Thanks. Bye.